Merry Christmas.
Oh no.
You want some coffee?
I would love some coffee. Merry Christmas.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Let's leave everything and go traveling. See what tomorrow brings. It's only a choice away. Let's back up and leave today. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
It has been a long day of driving. It's very windy and there's nowhere to go. Nowhere to get off the road, nowhere to get out of the wind. So
Yeah.
hopefully we find something. It's like 5 o'clock now. And we've been looking for a few hours for something off the side of the road, but it's all just fenced and there's not much out here. It's just flat and windy.
I'm exhausted, as you can tell, mostly because I didn't sleep last night. It was a long day of driving. It was probably 9 or 10 hours of driving, something like that.
Nothing very interesting either, just mostly straight.
We're just getting it done. So we've just been looking at chain and padlocks on ranch gates for the whole day. And it's pretty. And it's sort of flat desert. Now we're getting to more rolling hills and stuff like that. It's hard to believe the Andes will be probably in view tomorrow.
Yeah,
But it's blowing like...
so hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's gale force type stuff. You know, if you're on a boat, this would be scary stuff. So I'm sure it's 40, 50, 60 miles an hour or something like that. Maybe 40 or 50, I don't know. But the whole truck's rocking and stuff. So the best we could do is they're putting a new gas line in. So there's all the dirt they excavated and it's taller than Goose. So we're just kind of parked behind it. And we've tried a few of these and this one's the best hiding spot. So that's nice that we can just sleep, you know, totally out of sight, not worrying about somebody coming along and saying, what are you doing? Or are you okay? Or you should camp here. You can't camp there. So it's a good spot in hiding sense, but it's not a good spot in wind sense.
We haven't found any good spots for wind. I mean, the wind is blowing basically directly at us on this road, and everything is like cut, what do you call it, vertically, this way. And so everything, it's just like the wind is blowing head on. You can't find a windbreak, really.
Yeah, but this is exactly the part of the trip where we knew this was going to happen. We've had every traveler heading north go like, oh, good luck with those winds. Ooh, you know, we couldn't pop our top for weeks, or we didn't use our rooftop tent, or we didn't, you know. So this is exactly the spot we were thinking it would happen.
Yeah.
And Patagonia's ahead, so I you know, don't feel bad for us. Because I'm going to have a beer right now, some salami, and some soup.
Probably some soup because it's too windy to make anything else right now.
All really good. And it's hot too. So here we are quite a ways south. We're 700, 800 kilometers south of Buenos Aires. And it was nice and cool there at night. And last night it was hot. So
really hot.
Tonight, because of the storm, I think it's going to be cooler.
Yeah, it feels cooler, but still not cold, definitely.
No, definitely no Arctic feelings yet, although we have a long way to go south.
So unless the wind happens to magically die down, I think I'm going to make a bed in the back.
This is an Imperial. That's the brand. It's not an Imperial APA. It's just Imperial's the brand, and it's an APA, American Pale Ale. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
All right.
At least we can relax now, even though maybe it's not the way we wished it would.
Time to read a book and maybe turn on a podcast and have some soup.
Merry Christmas Eve Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve Eve.
Well, after a cozy night in a makeshift bed, we were headed for the picturesque town of Bariloche, where we had seen there was a park on the outskirts of town where we could camp. Unfortunately, as you can see, it was also very windy here, but luckily we had trees. So we took a little walk around to scout out a good place to hide from the wind before enjoying the view.
desert this morning to wearing layers because it's cold and windy. We're in Bariloche, I think is how you say it. I haven't asked anybody, so I might be butchering the name of the town, but we're just outside of that town and found, I think, a place to camp. We're not going to be right where we're parked right now because it's just too windy, but pretty cool on the water. That's a huge lake, and then the town is actually over on that shore over there. But woo, it's cold, but amazing, super beautiful. It is very, very chilly outside, but
compared to where we came from,
yeah.
Wow.
We pulled up to the coast to watch the sunset over the city. Huge mountains behind the city across the lake. It's very pretty.
Yeah. It's so crazy looking at snow-capped mountains, the Andes. This looks like Austria, and I haven't actually been to Austria, but I've seen
I
enough.
have, and it looks like Austria.
There you go.
Except there's no castles that I
Or
can
Switzerland or something like that, but absolutely amazing. So we've read immense reports on iOverlander about this town having robberies.
see. Like petty break-ins.
Yeah,
and that sort of thing.
no violent theft, but constant. You leave your car for 2 seconds. There was a couple that parked their car next to a hedge and were eating and were inside of the car so they could check on it. You know, not staring at it, but they could check on it. They said they never saw anything, but they were parked next to a hedge, and from the hedge, some kids came, broke the windows, stole what they could. So we're leery of the town in that sense, but the fact that this has been like a German settlement since the 1800s, in the mid-1930s, apparently a bunch of money came into the town, and they built this huge Bavarian square, and it's like a World Heritage Site.
Yeah.
It's been deemed, and then after World War II, what was it? The Vatican shuttled a bunch of Nazis to Perón, the president of Argentina, and he kind of let them go wherever they wanted, and they all wanted to come to this town. So, not good people, but it's interesting that it's got some weird history to it. And
then
it was
in
a
'94 there was
after place to be.
old
Yeah.
Nazi that was found here and
Yeah.
arrested and sent to Italy to be
Yeah.
imprisoned and died in jail when he was like
Died in jail.
100 something.
Yeah, he was 100 years old and was still defiant till the end. And then the guy that tipped him off basically to reporters or investigators was also an SS Nazi, and so I think he also went to jail. But it's got an interesting, weird sort of history, and the Nazi stuff is interesting, but it's more just, here's this place that people from around the world have wanted to come to, so we can't wait to see it, and I'm sure it's very pretty. But with all those reports of theft, I think it's such
Just
a
a
tourist
drive-through
place.
town.
Yeah, it's a drive-through town, and if we can find a place to eat and see the car, both sides, then I think we'll stop. Or maybe we'll go into town and just come back and camp here again
Yeah.
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Because we're just at the public beach, essentially. And there's a lot of nooks and coves and all that, so we found a way to hide ourselves as best we can. So even if people notice that there's some gringos in town, I mean, you know, again, everyone's
it's pretty
nice.
safe here.
But if the 1% that are doing the thieving in town notice that we're here, we're a ways outside town, we still have a nice little hidden nook to sleep in. So I'm just so excited. We're in the beginning
finally
of
in
Patagonia. Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
this is like the epic part of the
So
trip.
last time this year we were in Cartagena waiting for the
waiting
truck.
on Goose. Yeah,
I think Goose arrived in our port tomorrow,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
It was our Christmas gift.
yeah. And we couldn't get him until the 26th, right?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Well, yeah, that's pretty cool. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. We don't have any Christmas movies because we haven't had internet to download anything.
No, it's,
Yeah, and we
What
listened
else?
to some Christmas music today.
of course.
Anyways, we're gonna enjoy the sunset. We'll talk to you later. Merry Christmas.
Oh no! Actually, this is the one morning that I love hearing Christmas music.
Yeah.
Just Merry Christmas. It's actually a really nice place to be for Christmas. And then, we're both just thinking so much about families and those big get-togethers and all the food and seeing everyone, fire going and all that. So, yeah, it's always sad to be away from home for Christmas, but... But with you here to sing that one, it's just as good.
You want some coffee?
I would love some coffee. Merry Christmas.
Well, we thought it was a good day for a drive into town to check out Bariloche. Came to a brewery, and it has a pretty cool view.
It's amazing.
Check it out. Thank you all for watching. I know 2020 has been a tough one for many, and as I sat down to write this voiceover to end the episode, I found myself at a loss for words. Then, something I wrote way back in 2014 came to mind, so I thought I would share it with you guys. I was struck today by a song that I've heard a million times, Breakdown, by Jack Johnson. I'll link it in the description below so you can have a listen. The song goes, "I hope this old train breaks down so I can take a walk around and see what there is to see." I like the sentiment of hoping for a breakdown, knowing that it will be the only way you will slow down. I have found myself there more than once. Although most people see the breakdown as a scary, horrible place to be, and that is a valid feeling, I think it should be something that we embrace. I'm not saying be lazy and broke down until someone comes and fixes you, or that it will wholly be a good experience. But sometimes I think we need to be reminded that we are not in control of what happens to our lives. We are where we are, and instead of viewing your breakdown, whatever that may be, as a punishment or failure, view it as a gift. The time to read the book you've been wanting to, or to sit in the sun and relax and not feel guilty. The time to thoroughly think. The necessity to be in the moment. To perhaps even start over. To live the life you wish you could. You can't stop wishing if you don't let go. The biggest changes are the hardest, and in my opinion, the most rewarding. It's okay to break down. You might even begin to hope for a breakdown. Anyway, just a little thought as we head into the unknown of the next year. Keep dreaming. Don't be afraid to make some changes. I wish you hope and joy this coming year. Happy holidays, everyone.